Now then, people, and welcome back to the Top Flight News Bite on the Just Joe Football Show, coming to you every evening along with the daily leads that drops on a morning. If you like what you're seeing, guys, please smash a like on the video. Let's aim for 200 likes on this video. Subscribe to the channel. We're on that way to 3K. You guys can make that happen. Leave your comments. I'll reply to as many as I can as possible. And of course, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is dropped for your viewing pleasure. Let's get straight into the video and I hope you enjoy it. Like. Heard it right. It's going to be Just Joe and it's going to be all about football. He showed descent. Van It's in!
Yes!
I don't see many more appearances from Pablo. Fantastic, inaugural guest. I had to pull out the big guns. So let's start with, of course, one Harry Kane. Harry Kane has actually spoken about his future with Gary Neville. He's basically come out and said, I think there is definitely a conversation to be had. It's a moment where I have to reflect and have a conversation with the chairman. He says, I hope we've got a good enough relationship after 16 years at the club. I hope that we can have an honest conversation. He goes on to say, I don't know. I mean, he, meaning Daniel Levy, might want to sell me. He might be thinking, if I could get 100 million for you, then why not? Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be worth that in the next 2 or 3 years. So he's basically saying, surely Daniel Levy's looking at the contract length, the age, and thinking, do I need to cash in now? And I think he owes him that, you know, like Harry Kane has said, I've been there 16 years. We've got a great relationship. Surely, much like a lot of Spurs fans are happy to say, do you know what? You gave us a lot of years. We couldn't match your aims as a player. So naturally, we have to allow him to move on. He went on to say, I want to play Champions League football. I'm not desperate to do anything. I want to be playing in the biggest games. And let's be honest, Spurs fans, he's not going to get that at Spurs, especially next season, knowing where you're at. You might not even get Europa League conference. So we'll have to wait and see. He said before, I'd never say that I'd stay at Spurs for the rest of my career. And I've never said I would leave Spurs. He's remained pretty neutral. But I think, you know, Daniel Levy and Spurs Football Club owe it to Harry Kane to let him move on. And it looks like, guys, I know I said I think he goes to Manchester United, but it looks like Manchester City could be his destination. And the reason I say that is apparently Manchester United are in the market for Danny Ings. Yes, of course, Danny Ings, not signed a contract yet with Southampton. I've spoken to Southampton fans and they said, look, the only way he leaves his boyhood club is if he goes to, you know, a Champions League club, because you're thinking if Kane goes, maybe they look at him, but no, I think he wants a Champions League club and probably deserves a second crack at the whip after obviously rocking up at Liverpool and being injured. And I know Klopp speaks so highly of him, you know, during his time there. But Manchester United are in the market for another striker, and they're considering a move for Danny Ings. Obviously, you know, Manchester United have already managed to extend key forward Edinson Cavani's contract for another season, but they might not be finished yet. And apparently Danny Ings is high up on that list. And he knows where the goal is. He definitely knows that. Another deal that's basically signed, sealed, delivered is Boubakary Soumare from Lille to Leicester City. I know he's been linked with Leeds. A lot of Leeds fans were hopeful of that being a signing for us, you know, in that Calvin Phillips-esque role. But apparently Leicester have got that deal done for 23 million euros. It'll be a contract at the club till June 2026. It's already agreed. It's already done. And Leicester want to keep Yuri Tielemans, offering him a new contract as well. Some team they're building there at Leicester. They might just miss out on Champions League football, but even still finishing fifth and getting an FA Cup as well as winning a Premier League in the not too distant past, they're gearing up to be at that top six level for such a long time. Some other great news coming out as well. Of course, Leeds fans will know about this guy, and I think the rest of the footballing world will. Sol Bamba has announced he is cancer-free following his battle with non-Hodgkin lymphoma. So that is amazing to hear. Obviously, we as Leeds fans know all about Sol Bamba. I don't think there's a nicer guy in football or a more infectious smile, to be fair. He did come out and said, hey, everyone, just a quick message to inform you that I'm now cancer-free. It is, of course, an incredibly heartwarming news for my family, and we are over the moon right now. I really want to thank each and everyone who has been supporting me, whether it's been with a comment, a message, a like, or whatever. They definitely gave me extra strength to go through this. Above all, I also want to thank the family at the NHS who took such good care of me. I will always be grateful for your job. Thank you to all my family, my friends, and of course the club and everyone in football industry. This has helped me facing this challenge. I wish you all a blessed day, and hopefully we'll see you again on the pitch very, very soon. So massive congrats to Sol Bamba. Absolutely buzzing for him. It's just great news that he's managed to get over the battle with cancer. What a guy. We all know about Sol Bamba, and I remember him scoring that brilliant goal at Ellen Road and actually running towards me, if I'm being totally honest. And I managed to jump over him like a child. I think it's a couple of seasons ago now, but anyway, when he scored that wonder strike, I was the one who dived straight upon him. So yeah, great memories of Sol Bamba, and so happy for him. Other news to bring, guys, is the Football Writers Association Player of the Year has been won by one Ruben Dias. He is the Footballer of the Year 2020-21. He beat Harry Kane and Kevin De Bruyne in the poll, with almost 700 Football Writer members nominating him. And he is the first offender to win the award in 32 years. He's been absolutely exceptional, hasn't he, for City, coming in and shoring up their backline and basically winning them the league. He's been that much of a good influence, brought the best out of John Stones. He just looks amazing. And that Portugal side at the Euros, he's going to take some beating, that's for sure, especially with Fernandes, Ronaldo, etc. Moving on, Sam Allardyce will leave West Brom at the end of the season, won't be in the Championship with them. Obviously took them down, first time relegated from the Premier League, I believe, on his record, a stain on his record. Obviously doesn't think West Brom have got enough to be able to bring them straight back up. Look, if I'm West Brom, go get Chris Wilder. Go get Chris Wilder, because with Chris Wilder at West Brom, with the squad they've got, I think they'd be straight back up. We know that's what they do anyway. They're a bit of a yo-yo club, aren't they? Some more Premier League top flight news. Of course, the Hall of Fame, the last two inductees that we were given. First of all was David Beckham. David Beckham has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Driven and industrious, a player who honed his ball striking ability to see set pieces and crosses bend majestically. Look, whatever you think of David Beckham, there was no one that struck a ball better than him. Who remembers his goal against Greece that time? The goals he scored from halfway against Neil Sullivan, I believe. He scored some wonderful goals and played at the top flight for a long time across many different countries. So no surprises that he goes in there. And the next one in was, of course, Liverpool legend Stevie G, Steven Gerrard. He is the latest player inducted into the Hall of Fame. Passionate and committed, red through and through, and a midfielder who perfected the art of the long-range strike. And who can forget, he basically won European Cups and FA Cups on his own at times. Exceptional pro and a great manager as well, and one that, as a Leeds United fan, I'm thinking successor to Bielsa maybe, I don't know. But, he'll probably rock up at Liverpool at some point, but he's someone that I know Leeds United hierarchy are very keen on. But that'll be a long time coming yet, because of course we still have the legend that is Marcelo Bielsa at the helm, and long may that continue. And lastly, guys, not actually top flight news, just some football news. River Plate had an incredible night last night. They had 20 plus COVID cases. The goalkeepers were all ruled out. There was no changes allowed. They only had 11 players available. Obviously, no goalkeepers. So midfielder Enzo Perez went in goal versus Santa Fe in the Copa Libertadores. And he played through a hamstring injury whilst in goal, and they won the game 2-1. And he got man of the match, or MVP, as they call it over there. So that is absolutely exceptional and a real story. So, yeah, I just thought I would add that in there for you as well. But I hope you enjoyed the Top Flight News Bite. This will continue throughout, well, forever, hopefully, I think. Just look, if you like it, please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel on that road to 3K, get your comments in, get the notification bell on, and thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.